fuck Scoobratz is Starbucks coffee backwards. And that's all I came up with for this intro.
E-fucks Kubrats.
Well, you got time for a cup of Joe. E-fucks Kubrats.
That's the best intro we've had. I love it.
You just like it because it's the shortest one we've had.
That too.
Hit the music.
Hal, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I've eaten a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get CrossFit.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it. Can you believe we've had 7 months without an NFL game? I know, I've just been yearning for it. Well, good thing that's over. NFL is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Download now and use code NAFT to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. $5 to get $200? That's crazy. That's code NAFT only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Oh, Starbucks.
Baby. Let's get to the Bucks.
Did you know this homeless toilet has bagels?
Hey, where do guys without roofs go when the library is closed?
Do you know this diarrhea deprivation jank has knockoff Egg McMuffins?
Hey, if you don't want carbs and you want an omelet, but you don't want it to be like an omelet, you want it to be one little circle that looks like something they ate on Star Trek. Where do you go, Kyle?
You know what? Sometimes I'm too busy to microwave some bullshit for myself, but I love waiting in line behind other people for somebody to do it.
You know what I don't like about microwaving shit myself at home?
What's
it
that?
doesn't cost me $12 and I feel unsatisfied.
That's why, it tastes better. It tastes better when it's more money.
Helping commerce, like an independent company like Starbucks.
If I went to your house and you microwaved an egg for me, I'd probably slap you. But it comes in a paper bag? Well, all right then.
It is like a child's menu they're like if a child designed a menu but was obsessed with the color green. Like they were like, I'm gonna have birthday cake on a stick. I need eggs to be healthy, and my dad likes ham, so I'm gonna give him that. He feed me that when I'm away from my mom.
He feed me that when I'm away from my mom.
His motel room only got the one microwave. No, can't guess.
I did not understand. I forget. I was at a Starbucks for, sitting there, and all of a sudden it was after school and it was packed. I'm like, since when did all these kids start drinking coffee?
It's where they go.
Oh, but it's because it's a 31 flavors.
Yeah, it's Denny's.
At 3:30 p.m.
It's what Denny's was for kids in the suburbs.
Yeah, but you get ice cream drinks now.
It's the new diner. Yeah, and it is. It is littered with children at 3:00 every Starbucks near school. It's just disgrace. They're paying $5 for Coca-Cola essentially. Like they're a different kind of sugar.
Yeah,
it's nuts. And it's dairy.
We have to be excited for it.
Yes.
We have to be excited for Starbucks. You know what I like about it? It makes it hard for small businesses to survive. Fuck those with their weird hours.
No accounting for taste has
Quirky
finally come
artwork.
into its commerce fold. We're going money, baby. DraftKings is paying us hundreds of
DraftKings. I
dollars.
bet you that if Starbucks. All right, I think
I
don't
know
have
what
any-
I will say.
go for it.
One thing I love when people try to conduct a business meeting on Zoom in a Starbucks like it's an office. I'm just like, look at these fucking losers. Like, have you ever seen people they take up a whole table and they actually they act like it's their home? I hate it, but I know that they're busy trying to sell Amway or some shit.
What do you
And
think
I like
drives
being like,
somebody?
no.
Yeah. What do you think drives them to have to like? I gotta set up shop at the Bucks.
I think it's my children are screaming.
Yeah.
I cannot have a professional business call in this house. So the next best place should be a busy center of commerce.
Or it's all guys like
you know,
selling
the
dope
most
on-
successful chain restaurant since McDonald's or Taco Bell.
Maybe they're just
Good
selling
God.
dope. They can't have a IP address that goes back to their house, so they're just.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how IP addresses work. Surprise.
Weirdest thing you've ever seen in a Starbucks. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
I don't really patronize them very much. I usually, if I'm out and I just have like a coffee at home in the morning, and then if I'm out and I need a pick me up later, I try to get like a cold brew from like in a can or something from the gas station.
Okay,
Like I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't fuck with them. If I see one person in line, like, no, absolutely not. It's just never been my thing. That's not even like negative. It's just never been my thing. So I can't.
That's interesting because you're in the land of coffee now.
I didn't get that
You know,
too. I'm
like-
like, why are there so many drive-through coffee shops? That Rachel was like, because it gets dark at 4:30 in December and everybody's depressed. I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's more depressed than the people working in those coffee shops. I say that from experience.
I have no person like. I think I went to my first Starbucks. I remember I went to go see. Like, I think I went to go see Clerks by myself in the theater, and I was going to Elmer. I was going to York Theater, which was kind of like the art theaters. We're like, oh, that's where you'd see Pulp Fiction. I was going to go see this movie,
Yeah.
Clerks.
This small independent film nobody's ever going to hear of called Pulp Fiction.
I mean, but when it came out, that's what it was. That's what
yeah,
Clerks was.
true.
Like, you know what? I'm going by myself to see this movie, Clerks. I'm in high school, and I'm going to see it. I'm going to be a movie guy. I'm like, and I'm going to get a thing at Starbucks, and I don't remember what I ordered. I just remember a little Asian guy hit on me, and it was the first time. It was the first time a guy that I was aware of was hitting on me. And I was in high school. It was the 90s. I was freaked out. I had to go to a payphone and call my friend Paula. I needed to talk to a female friend. Be like, what do I do? What do I do?
Oh,
I was like,
God,
this contemporary independent lifestyle isn't for me. Who do I think? What am I going to the cinema, getting a coffee? Automatically, guys up on my tip. I'm having must be doing some real gay shit today.
I'll have a frappuccino and I'm not queer. Like, what do you say to that?
One ticket for the movies. Stop touching me, man. I just want to see this movie. This ain't the jerk off flicks. It's a real movie.
You're gross.
Stop trying to Fred Willard me, man. I'm just trying to watch independent cinema.
I think the one thing I will enjoy about Starbucks is that a lot of single occupancy bathrooms. And I got it for somebody who drives on the road as much as I do. Nice to be able to be like, oh, I'm going to go in here and blow this thing up alone.
That's never bothered me.
No,
you
heard it here first, folks.
It's a bathroom. I mean, I'm more upset at a single occupancy because then that means if somebody just has to pee, then I'm holding them up. I'd rather it be multiple occupancy. And let them bathe in the symphony, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing what I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Bathe in the symphony.
Whatever.
Stop churching it up. My experience, my personal memory I have from a Starbucks that always comes to mind is, you remember when everybody started calling me sampler platter on All Fantasy Everything? That pod.
Sampy P.
Yeah. I was in a Starbucks in LA, and I was like, yeah, can I get a whatever? You know, he's like, what's your name? And I go, Shane. He goes, I think you mean sampler platter. the barista listened to the podcast, and then he put it on my cup.
That's so awesome.
Funny kid. I'll give him that. Like.
I think you have to correct your name to you.
Yeah.
I think you mean sampler platter.
It was very funny. Yeah. But so I that was like, man, that's the memory I think of. If I somebody like, what do you think of Starbucks? That's the thing that pops into my head for.
That's understandable. I have no strong feelings towards them. On a personal level, I just don't fuck with them.
It is. Before we get into the good and the bad, I will say the one thing about Starbucks is the same thing every other chain restaurant tries to give you. It's gonna be, you won't be disappointed outside of the fact that it's gonna suck already. You're not looking forward to anything, yeah. So I like that about, I'm just like, this coffee's gonna be fair to Midland. It's going to cost $2, $3 for a cup of coffee, which is pretty cheap from a coffee shop these days, honestly. Yeah. So they have that going for them. And then I just go. I have egg bites. I have 230 calories they give me and 19 grams of protein. And I eat it out of a fucking human cat food dish. And then
it's the cup of water.
I drive to the next place and I drive to Sarasota and do it all over.
It's the cup of water in the marathon of life.
Yeah,
just give it to me. Just let me. I just need to keep going. I need to continue.
Like something that weirds me out about them is the people who buy their merchandise.
I do have a travel mug that is quality. I'll say that it is quality.
Yeah, but you're not like a brand loyalist. That's not what I'm not saying. One person.
Oh no,
with a cup.
No,
I'm saying, people, the way people are about Nike shoes, there are people that are like that about Starbucks.
Really?
That they buy a lot of it. I don't know if they're like, it's not like it's the only cup they'll drink from, but what I'm saying is they buy like the Christmas mugs every year. So, you know what? And
to defend that, I bet it's just like, that's the easy gift. The Starbucks gift certificate to give to somebody is an easy fill-in gift for like, I don't know this person. I don't know. Hey, here's something. And it's nice to have in your wallet when you're like,
Aunt Myrna gets Starbucks every day. She'll like this gift. It's easy enough.
Yeah. Or like you're out in the world. I do need a cup of coffee. There's going to be a Starbucks somewhere you're popping by.
True. Yeah. You know what you're getting with it.
Yeah.
I will say this. Skipping the line into Starbucks is just going indoors because people do not get out of their cars anymore when they're like, every time I pull off the interstate when I'm driving to do a gig, and there's always a line of cars to the Starbucks, they're making money hand over fist. If I'm like, this line's too fucking long, I always just walk in and I get my coffee in 2 seconds. It's fucking crazy.
I don't understand the drive. Like, you're already pulling over to get gas, presumably.
Or whatever,
Get the coffee. Get the coffee in the gas station.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's worse. I mean, sometimes it's worse.
Or get whatever. Get a thing. I don't know. That might.
I see your point.
We have our traveling streamlined though. Some people are not streamlined.
That's very true.
With the road trips.
That's 100% true. So Kyle has his so streamlined. In fact, earlier today he texted me, "I'm coming to New York. Do you have a laundry? I don't like packing more than 3 days worth of clothes."
Yeah. If there's accessible laundry, what am I taking a giant bag around the world for me?
I mean, I'm an overpacker, but it's always the same clothes. Like my travel clothes are just in my bag. I'm not talking about this. This is going to go way
about
up.
Starbucks.
All right, I knew you were going there. And by the way, don't act like I wasn't stopping myself. I was stopping myself from going down that path before you got there. You're not getting credit for it. We'll be right back after this ad from our sponsor, DraftKings.
You don't get a nickname like Sampler Platter without liking a little bit of variety. It plays into it. It ties back. I got you, Shane. I'll tie it back.
Hey, this is old Sappy P. We'll be right back with the good and the bad about Starbucks after this. Meow, meow.
Can you believe we've had 7 months without an NFL game? That is nuts. Good thing it's over. The NFL, it's here. It's back, baby. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1. This week, new customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. That's football, everybody. DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. Check the app to see what you get. Shane, take it.
One of the things I like about DraftKings is, say my Dallas Cowboys are on a bye that week. What do I need to make football a little more interesting? If I'm going to watch Jacksonville and Washington go at each other, why don't I put a few bucks on the game and I'll get a little more invested, even if it's not emotional, which is kind of better than I get when the Cowboys play. So, yeah, it's nice. And download it now and use code NAFT to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code NAFT only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resorts. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Kyle Fluff and Fold Kinane back with no accounting for taste.
Booyah! We got nicknames coming out left and right. And fart lean on the ones and twos.
Fluff and Fold sounds like a dominatrix that's like real sweet to you at first and then just cranks your dick over in half.
Yeah. No. There's a kindness to your eyes. Bend over there. And
Go to Mistress Fluff and Fold.
Yeah, it's like she tickles your foot with a feather, then slams it in a car door.
Yeah. What? I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. Starbucks. It's like, it's bad. It's a bad place.
I don't know if is it a bad company? That's the thing.
I thought they weren't until people want to unionize. Yeah. I know.
Has it turned into that thing of like, it's so big now that it is bad? Like, Is that? I mean, like,
I know they get.
It seems like
insurance.
It was a small coffee shop in the Wharf of Seattle, and then it went ape shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one story.
Go for it.
I met one guy who was at Starbucks in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like very early on when they were starting to like become a chain and fly out everywhere, and he saw the writing on the wall, and he moved to like some country in Europe. And just basically copied all of the Starbucks like plan. Yeah. And then like when they were like, we're going international, he was like, hey, I'm kind of already doing your thing over here. Why don't you write a check? This way you don't have to build a bunch of new ones. Yeah. And he just got like a shitload of money. Pretty smart. Well, what? It's a bit sleazy.
Yeah, what was their model though? If it's,
he like took their concept of like he basically took their business plan.
Oh, okay.
And their like.
Well, I mean, for what they offer, full tuition coverage under the Starbucks College Achievement Plan. Employees are granted Beanstalk. That sounds like a new nickname for my friend Shane.
No.
And there's a 401k retirement. You don't like Beanstalk? Hey, sampler platter, you don't like Beanstalk?
Oh. Okay, so these are like good programs.
Somebody was saying like, oh, he got health insurance for him and his family working there. So we hear all the like the anti-union stuff.
Yeah,
They're-
that's a bit.
Yeah, they're bucking up against the unions.
Like, why scrutiny of Starbucks' alleged union violations is boiling over? In recent months, multiple federal judges have ruled that Starbucks illegally fired workers in both Buffalo, New York, and Memphis, Tennessee. The NLRB administrative law judge Michael Roses, whatever, I don't know what that is, but cited Starbucks' egregious and widespread misconduct in its March 2nd ruling, which consolidated 35 unfair labor complaints against the company. Okay.
It's the National Labor and Relations Board.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for marching for all of our rights too. Don't get shitty like you know it all. All right, it's not nice.
So that
what is this?
I don't. I got nothing.
Because it seems they have some good. It seems like they have good stuff for employees, but I think a lot of the complaints with them are that it's just the quality of the product is shitty.
From the employees or from the public?
Like what they're serving is shit. Like the coffee sucks and the food is weird. You know, like
yeah.
I mean, I eat that shit a fair amount just because I'm on the road so much, and I don't like gas station coffee because I just don't know how long it's been sitting there. I guess I don't know how long it's been sitting there with Starbucks either. But
yeah.
I'm lying to myself. Whatever. It's my habit. I eat that food and I never feel satisfied, and I always feel the same way I do after I eat a Hot Pocket. It's like on this chemical level that it seems like manipulate. You know.
No, they're not baking. They're not baking.
Watch...
It's like a Subway. It's a Subway where like they are making that little oven do a lot of work back there. That little reheat oven, everything's coming off a pallet. They're not kneading the dough in the back.
The goddamn Jetsons kitchen.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah, they're not like making the jams and jellies and the lemon tarts back there. It's coming off a truck and it's going.
Everything is unwrapped.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Kyle. Where do you stand on the pumpkin latte thing?
It became something to. The jokes are just as bad as the thing. I think like, white women with pumpkin spice. I've never had one. It's probably great.
Charlene, have you had one?
Never once. Nope.
Are you even white, Charlene?
I don't think I am. Oh boy.
Are you even a white lady, Charlene?
I guess not. I don't even look at my Instagram either.
Have you had one, Shane?
Yeah, I've had a few, and they're fine. You know, they're good. I will say this, they're good. They're super sugary and but the actual taste of it, like the spice or what, because it's not pumpkin.
Well, it would depend on
spice for a pumpkin.
Yeah.
It depends on when you had it, because they did get sued because their pumpkin spice latte had no pumpkin in it. And now I think it has pumpkin in it.
But you can try it. The food it says it is.
You can try it on August 30th because that's when it comes out this year.
What rat?
Kyle,
what rat fuck lawyer saw money in being able to sue Starbucks because there's no pumpkin in the pumpkin spice latte? There's no chess. There's no chess pieces in this chess pie.
You know, some fights don't have good guys. Is what I'm learning in my life. There's no hero. You just live. You die or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Batman, Christopher Nolan. Don't need to defend that. Everybody loves it. Those geeks were on.
I got at Starbucks. I'm indifferent. I don't like they fuck with the unions. They don't like their people unionizing. I wasn't sure why they were unionizing, other than it's like, here's a massive corporation. Your employees should get more, which is just that's across the board right now.
That's it. Yeah.
Name any fast food or convenient place that is based on paying people minimum wage. Company. Or anywhere.
Yeah.
So
it is crazy that the way they have still found out to make the only way they found out to make more money is to pay people less. Still, after it doesn't matter what business it is, it's like, the one thing we could do, just not pay them much.
Yeah.
Forever. Like, that's all they ever do. It's fucking insane. But they're making more. It's wild. And I'm sure Starbucks has a record year every goddamn year. They're linked to my Delta account. They're linked to my Lyft account. They are like, it's all just massive shit next to one another. Like,
yeah, I mean, you're not treating your employees well enough.
Well, looking at the average, it would depend on where you live, but it looks like it's between $14 and $16 of what baristas are making, but that's still only like what, like less than $30,000 a year.
If you're doing 40 hours a week or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they are getting paid on average more than minimum wage, but also they aren't making a livable salary.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I think that is like, if they champion themselves as this like good company, which every company does, but like they put this forward image of like, we do this, this, and this. Like, look how great we are.
Yeah.
Then do the rest of it. The one thing we won't be great about is paying people money.
Yeah, having health insurance. Having health insurance is great because you won't go medically bankrupt. You'll just go regular bankrupt because they still won't pay you enough. And so then when you do hurt yourself, insurance will cover, but then you'll be out of work and won't have enough money to pay the rest of your bills. Everything's great.
You can use our old beans for composting, but there's no fucking way.
Yeah,
you're getting an extra quarter out of me.
I think we're just looking at late stage capitalism from the little bit I understand of it, like how it's all going to shit when everybody. Anyway, but Starbucks, they got nice things. We're trying to be positive. Is it sustainable? Okay, 95% of Starbucks coffee was ethically sourced and verified through the Coffee Farmer and Equity practices. It verifies farming practices to adhere to an economic, social, and environmental criteria to promote sustainable coffee. So the people that pick the coffee are making a livable wage, just not the employees here. Or I'm confused on these numbers.
Put your mouth, buddy, where your mouth is, white liberal kid.
Yeah.
Well, in 2000, well, in 2016, they got in a little bit of trouble because where they were sourcing their coffee from was using slave trade. So they did turn it around, I guess.
They've been implementing reusable packaging and a dedication to reducing single-use plastics, but they still sell straws, and the reusable cups are made out of plastic. Okay.
Well, it's nice to know that every pound cake that gets served there comes out of its own individual wrapping instead of one loaf being wrapped. Like because I just see it because like there's always kids just like popping them out like fucking like snakes out of a peanut brittle can, like they're falling onto a dirty table.
I wonder if it's that bad or if it's just because the employees are so jacked up on caffeine. It's basically like being at a party where there's Coke at 4 a.m. Like, yeah, man, yeah, we should do this. That's a great idea, man. That is great. Yeah, we're going to follow through on this. Like them forming unions is like every band that got started after ripping a bunch of lines at 5 a.m. Except then the shift that starts the next day keeps the momentum.
Let's go this way. Okay. We need to find some positive because we're already running out of time. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Best Starbucks drinks, according to the experts. Pumpkin spice latte is number one. No surprise there. That's like the Muhammad Ali of Starbucks beverages, I guess. It's just the greatest of all time. And now there's this brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso made with creamy oat milk and the warm sweetness of brown sugar syrup, not brown sugar. This iced beverage became a near instant classic between seasonal drink. Why? Who has seasonal drinks?
Starbucks.
There's just
does.
one called Pink Drink, and it's made with coconut.
Drink?
It's actually really good.
Coconut.
Oh,
It's
here we
super
go.
good. Yeah.
Have you had it?
Oh yeah, I have. It's like a strawberry, like delicious taste of summer on your mouth. It's delightful.
The Pink Drink began as a
That's
fan
starting to
creation
sound like a
brew in-
sponsored episode, Charlene.
Oh shoot, sorry, but it is really good.
It's a taste of summer on your mouth. It's delightful.
I also used to run a coffee shop, and I've said nothing of their coffee, but this pink drink is really good.
The Pink Drink began as a fan creation, but grew enough in popularity that it earned an official spot on the Starbucks menu.
Is this
Made with refreshing coconut milk, strawberries, and a strawberry acai base. It's definitely a summer must-try. The
It's
Starbucks
funny.
drink is simply the chain's sweet acai refresher made with coconut milk and
Is-
1 scoop of
is
sliced
this
strawberry.
is this a culture vulture or a nod to black culture with purple drink?
Don't know. I don't think it's a nod.
Hey,
Yes.
you guys have purple drink? We're doing
Yeah.
pink drink.
Shout out to the Seattle-based band Dead Bars and their song Pink Drink. I really like it a lot. Saw them at Fest last year.
Okay.
Oh, that's the positive is that a band I like has a beverage named a song named after one of these
So
beverages.
these are all just frappuccinos.
These are just like fan favorite drinks. These are not anything good.
Every video or every picture of a drink has a woman with gel nails. Oh, I take that back. The brown sugar oat milk is a guy. That's a guy's drink. It's the
You guys
brown
are allowed to drink
sugar
that
oat
one.
milk.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the
here's
rest
this.
is
The
thumb
this
ring,
this
gel
might
nail.
be good news.
What is
Uh-huh.
it?
The alleged new fall Starbucks menu, highly anticipated, due out in just 2 days and is available to November. The drinks include some returning sips like the pumpkin spice latte, the pumpkin cold brew, and the apple crisp oat milk macchiato, plus 2 new drinks, an iced pumpkin cream chai latte and the iced apple crisp oat milk shaken espresso. I'm truly frothing over these. Wrote
I feel like just
well,
like
the author Meredith Holzer, you lonely woman.
this article is disgusting. The pumpkin cream cheese muffin mega slay. Like this woman will not have legs in 6 months. This just like the DraftKings ad had a disclaimer. This should have Wilford Brimley telling you about diabetes.
It's just out in 2 days. When this airs,
This is a Starbucks website. All this website is just some lady excited about different Starbucks things. Hi, this is propaganda. This is
this is a
this woman probably makes millions of dollars for having this website
Brit and Co.
or
When the
whatever.
fall
it
drinks
is.
come out. This is
So, all right. So we don't give. They don't like unions. They love putting sugar in stuff. And if that's your thing,
they
fucking-
like making people's feet so fat it pours out of the Crocs holes they're wearing.
oh man, I'm wearing Crocs right now. I don't think I've ever gotten anything other than a black coffee to drink at a Starbucks.
I get iced coffee. I have
or an
tried
iced
their
coffee,
beverage-
but I don't think I can
Haven't
say the
got-
word
I have tried their
frappuccino
beverages.
in a real setting.
Well, yeah, you also have a bit about how your dad saw you put sugar in coffee once, and now
Yeah,
this is this is,
yeah. So I don't.
You haven't had the nitro
I don't think-
cold brew?
I bought it. I bought it in a can. I'll buy their stuff if it's in a can in the gas station when I need to pick me up. I don't care. But I'm admittedly trying to celebrate or hate on it. I'm just so thoroughly indifferent to Starbucks. It's nice that they exist. I'm glad that they're there as like whenever there's a riot or Antifa or the punk kids get mad, they go for the Starbucks. Like they're insured. Throw your newspaper machines through the Starbucks window. They're close by. You're going to get that out of you. Leave the independent businesses alone. Trash the fucking Starbucks. The employees they're not going to be mad for having a few days off while they board up the windows. And
That's
if
true.
if they catch a shard, they got health insurance. So I'm glad that they stand there as this kind of like they absorb the riot anger. So that's a positive. Not what they wanted to be a positive.
They're like a physical shield of commerce.
Yeah.
For being fed.
Yeah, you're a shit magnet anytime something goes down. Well, I'm angry. We could fuck up the Starbucks that we also probably buy stuff at every other week.
Did they remember the whole bathroom thing with the two? There were two black guys, and the guy asked him to leave. The manager of the Starbucks asked him to leave because they hadn't bought something. Like there was like racial controversy. Didn't they shut down all of their stores one day and make their employees take like sensitivity training or something?
Yeah,
like that?
there was something rather performative that they pulled.
And there was a hashtag
Yeah.
that went with it, actually. What was it? Hashtag, we stand together. I don't know, something.
Yeah. So you think, it was probably more performative, I'm sure, but
no cream Tuesdays.
Well, we have quite a few callers. Maybe they can shed some light on it.
Can we shed one? I got one more thing.
Okay.
Starbucks says it will issue clearer decoration guidelines for in-store pride displays amid union clash. Just let them put up whatever they want. It's just gay pride. Like,
do you remember what?
Now there is a new.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
There's a new olive oil infused drink at Starbucks, and it's making people dookie themselves.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But it's also. It's in Italy only. They rolled it out in Italy. I'm sorry, if you're going to a Starbucks in Italy to get olive oil in your coffee in Italy, tough shit all the way through and through. No. Where is this? France?
Oh my God.
I'd like to get a Boone's Farm, please.
This is a Starbucks Reddit page post. Half the team tried it yesterday, and if you ended up needing to use the restroom, if you know what I mean, wrote a barista, an employee of a current Starbucks.
What? No, that operator error entirely. You bought coffee that makes you shit with olive oil that will make you shit. You put it together and you willfully drank it. That's on you. Zero sympathy for the people complaining about this. None whatsoever. I think that's Starbucks. That's Starbucks going, let's see if they'll drink this shit. That's Starbucks having a real field day.
They have like a Starbucks test kitchen in Manhattan, like where they do all this weird new shit, you know? It's like their fancy one. I've been in there to get regular coffee, but I don't think I would try it's where they like demo like new cakes or whatever, you know, like all their new shit. Ugh. And it is a fucking eyesore. It's enormous, but they act like the logos will a touch different.
Reserve, the Starbucks Reserve.
Oh, that's the one that's in Los Feliz too, right?
Yeah, they have one here in downtown also. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go to our callers. I hope you all have diarrhea. We'll be right back after this word from
Why would you
DraftKings.
say that to them?
Well, because then they can be on the toilet pooping and using DraftKings, our sponsor.
Oh,
all right. You know what? It is a pitch. It's a pitch.
Hey, you can shit out, but you don't have to be shit out of luck with DraftKings. Win a few bucks.
We are losing money on this podcast.
If you
want to bet that we are in the red on this show, go to DraftKings and we'll give you our quarterly report soon. Frappuccino.
And we're back. I hope you guys have filled your litter boxes with turds and are ready to listen to our words.
God damn it, Shane.
We're having fun, and come on, gang, we're under the gun. Let's listen to our first caller, Meow.
wow.
Hey, Kyle and Shane and Charlene. Following up about Starbucks, on the whole, pretty lame. But if I have to defend it for the sake of the show, I worked there after college, worked with some amazing coworkers, some really kick-ass people who kind of showed me the ropes about the real world. and whatnot. That and the company's willing to look the other way if you need free food or drink. There's been times where I didn't have money, and Starbucks basically footed the bill for me. The place also donates its excess food to homeless shelters at the end of the day, so I filled up tubs and tubs of sandwiches and pastry to give to people who need it. So, I mean, that's defensible, but otherwise, the institution itself, pretty weak. The customer base mostly just sucks. It's a lot of people with overinflated egos and senses of self-worth, especially if they have a personal custom drink order that you're expected to commit to memory. Sorry, I can't remember 6 ingredients that are tied to your name. Don't really give a shit. You can say those ingredients every day. It won't kill you. And the institution itself kind of perpetuates that. It presents itself as like a high society coffee shop, and people feed off that and treat themselves as higher than you. I'd been called boy by a customer despite being clearly in my 20s. So not really a fan. It's a perpetuated vibe. That, and if anybody calls it Starbies, I want to pull my fucking ears out. And the food's overpriced, and quite frankly, it kind of sucks. So in general, not really a fan. I don't think it's all that defensible. Yeah, that's me. Thanks. Yeah, meow.
Yeah, baby, hit him with the meows.
So something tells me that homeless people, their diet consists mainly of Starbucks, because nobody's buying that food. That is all going.
Yeah, I bet you can't. You can't really like serve that to people and then tell them they can't use your toilet.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
there's some. Yeah, like here's our cranberry date nutted oat bar, ready to fucking paint my toilet black. God.
Here's our pink drink. It's just black coffee and Pepto-Bismol. Hope you wore a skirt. Oh, what's the code? Oh, you have to answer these riddles first.
That is he donates the food. They donate the food. They're not using. I'm sure they get a tax write-off or whatever. They still donate it. That's nice. That's a positive. And he got fed. That's a positive.
Well, the way he put it, he said they're more than willing to look the other way. It sounded like the one he worked at was willing to look the other way. Maybe not the company. I don't think the company, but I don't know. Maybe you get like an allowance per day of how much you can eat. Like you get a shift meal at a restaurant, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say, and I don't know what it is because I know I'm being ripped off. Those cranberry cream cheese bars they make during Christmas, or that's what they make. That they pay some fucking factory to pump out.
Somebody made them.
Yeah. I will eat those things, and I don't know why, and I don't even think I like them. But I don't know what it is, but it's just like cream cheese on a brownie with red number 7 on top, and I can't stop eating fucking things.
Red number 7 leading to a brown number 2. Next caller.
I'm a big burly.
Sorry, hang on.
What?
Sorry, hang on one second.
I'm a big burly man, and I'm ready to.
Were these your own voicemails, Charlene?
No.
You got a man.
Got a side gig?
Yeah, hussy.
I'm a big burly construction worker, so you probably think my coffee order would be black and a handshake and a stiff grunt. Ugh. But not when I go to.
This might be Charlene's voicemail.
It's not.
It's a vanilla bean cream frappuccino with sweet cream, double blended, caramel drizzle on the sides, and whipped cream on top. Because I don't go to Starbucks for coffee. I go there for their fucking sick ass milkshakes that have 4,000 calories in them. Oh.
My man.
That was just him locking into his his arrhythmia at the end there.
Yeah, I think that might have been his death rattle. Like, that was awesome. Yeah, I get it. It is. You want a caffeinated milkshake? That might be the place to go. Wow, that was awesome.
That
Here's
was
the next one.
I like your style, buddy.
Oh shoot! Here's the next one.
It's super expensive. They can never spell your name right, but it's consistent. Like if you're going to McDonald's, no matter what city you're in, what state, it's going to be the exact same when you order the same thing. So when you're on a road trip or something and you need caffeine and you've decided, that's what you want to do, you can go through the drive-thru, order your order, and, it's always the same.
What? I wish I knew what her name was that they spell it wrong. I like who?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay.
unless they're writing like something blatantly wrong and insulting, I don't care if.
You mean like sampler platter?
Did he write it on the? Did he write that on the cup?
Yep.
That's a lot to write.
I think he put like sampler or something, but yeah.
That's
she makes
a fan though. That's just a fan. But yeah, okay. The consistency, like we've said with fast food and everything, it's nice to know.
That's what you need. Yeah,
set your expectations.
It is pricey.
I don't know what.
I remember forever.
I have no idea.
They wouldn't. Who knows anymore? It should be $2 or $200. All I know is it should be more than I'm willing to pay for it at every moment.
Every time I'm in the store, I'm like, if it says like, well, ethically, like I fall for that shit. I fall for like ethically sourced, which just means the 7-year-olds in Ecuador got their wheelbarrow full of water for the day or something. I don't know what like I don't know what the ethics in the location mean to the business that's selling it to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is their standard of ethically sourcing? Really, is what it comes down. Yeah, but
now with 40% less blood, like, oh, what?
You just see some guy. Coffee beans are basically blood diamonds. Anyways, enjoy your frappuccino.
For every 200 pounds of coffee beans, there's always at least one thumb in there.
God.
They're small, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no!
That's why you don't see them.
Oh no!
It's like the rat meat thing in beef.
Yeah, we already allow it elsewhere. Next caller.
Hi, I'm calling about Starbucks. I'm too scared to say my name actually, because I feel like Starbucks is always watching. But I worked at Starbucks for a few years now. My husband also works there. He's worked there like twice as long as I have, actually. It's okay, I guess. I have health insurance, and they pay for you to get your degree through ASU online, I guess, which is really cool. I think the emotional and physical labor is just a lot more than what people generally expect. It just feels like throughout the day you're being slowly feasted on by the customers. And maybe that's just customer service and food service in general, but Starbucks as a company really just kind of enables their customers to be psychos. As for being a patron of Starbucks, I don't really know what that's like. I could not afford to go there if I did not work there. But I think a lot of people that go to Starbucks regularly, they seem kind of lonely. So maybe it helps them be less lonely. So that's nice. Like the third place philosophy that Starbucks is always preaching about. I think they used to care a lot more about coffee culture, but now it seems like maybe they don't. It's just capitalism. I don't know. I guess that's all I have to say. Okay, thanks. Bye.
It sounds like she already tried to disguise her voice for that message so she wouldn't be tracked.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
There is something
that's the second time we've heard that complaint, though, about enabling your customers to be like
but also
a bit shitty.
But also think about like what somebody needs first thing in the morning. So not only are you up against time, like somebody's going there, they're already late for a thing, but they got to have their coffee. And it's when they've just woke up, like they're already in a shit mood. Like what a lousy thing to have to be like, oh, here's the first like encounter this person's having with a human being without like loosening up a bit and realizing there's other humans.
The first thing you just say the first thing you say every day is black coffee, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you wait in line. Oh.
Yeah, it's collateral damage to somebody who's already disappointed in the choices they've made with their life.
Yeah, and then having to be like, oh.
What a phrase. It feels like they're feasting on you throughout the day. Like that's grimly poetic.
Yeah. Well, I think you're majoring in English, lady, because you are nailing it.
Well,
Here's the next
Also,
one.
I can't believe she's like, my husband works here too. Like, you sound like you're 9 years old. It's so young. Oh.
Who's that?
Next one.
Hey, Shane and Kyle, long-time caller, first-time complainer. I'm calling about Starbucks, and I think Starbucks fucking sucks. I have a lot of friends that work there or have worked there who have had to be on food stamps and welfare during their time working there. Starbucks treats their employees terribly. They hide behind all these benefits that they give people when they refuse to give anyone more than 20 hours a week. So yeah, fuck Starbucks. I don't need an $8 coffee.
So I guess, is there no full-time employees at Starbucks?
There must be 1 or 2 per store, right? Like, I don't think you could run a company.
I mean, the manager must be, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So wait, well, let me see. Here's the Starbucks Reddit. On average, they're getting 22 to 26 hours a week. $15 is supposed to be a livable wage. We all know it's not. Okay, yeah. There's this whole Starbucks Reddit. Yeah.
Is that $15 an hour including tips and gratuities?
Do you tip at Starbucks?
No,
I do, but I always tip.
because it's food service.
Yeah. So it's always like, it's Starbucks, it's coffee, so it's always like $1, unless I'm getting a sandwich and like they're making something. Not like Starbucks making. Starbucks, they're always getting $1, maybe $2.
Unless they're just leaning down into the cabinet of curiosities for you.
They feast upon you in the cabinet of curiosities. Yeah. Now, how many calls did we get from these folks?
There's 3 more.
They are juiced up and ready to chat.
There's one that's shorter, and then 2 that are kind of long. So
let's get through the Black Bean Empire here.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Hey guys, I hope you are all well. It's Jimbo here. I like Starbucks, but I don't like it enough to pay for it. So, well, especially because since I had COVID, my nose and my mouth are still kind of all messed up. And chocolate is one of 4 or 5 things I can't have anymore because of it. It just tastes like hot garbage. And the only thing I would get from Starbucks was their chocolate chip frappuccino or whatever. So really, I think it's good, but it's not worth how much you gotta pay for it. But I don't knock anybody else for buying it either. So anyway, y'all eat some chocolate for me because I can't. Don't tell me how it is though. Okay, bye.
Something tells me Jimbo, there's a lot of things that he likes, but he doesn't like paying for it. he's got a rascally attitude in his voice.
I like this guy. Jimbo, call back anytime.
Yeah.
J-Bone.
Here's the next
let's go to our last 2
Sorry
callers.
that you can't eat some stuff.
Let's put some foam on the top of this
Hey,
frack and get
Kyle,
out of here.
Dave in Denver. You were soliciting opinions about Starbucks. I think for the most part they fucking suck. All the way from, their supply chain and human rights abuses they've been linked to, all the way up to union busting at their stores. So, fuck them as a corporate entity like most corporate entities. Oh, and they can't make a decent cup of just plain black coffee to save their fucking lives. But if I am going to say one positive thing about them, it's one of the few places that, if you're in school or doing something for work on your laptop or whatever, it's one of the few places that you can just go and sit quietly and do that for, not a lot of money. Anyway, that's it. Also you can do that at any other coffee shop. So, yeah. Mostly fuck Starbucks, but whatever. If it's all that's available to you as a study space, then whatever. All right, that's it. Play us the song, Shane.
Oh, Charlene, you're an asshole for playing that there.
What did he say? What was that?
Play us the
song,
Shane.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I didn't leave that message.
Yeah,
I know, but you could have
just want to hear
clipped it.
You want me to edit the people's messages?
Yes.
That's not true. That's
if
not
it
free
involves
speech.
my singing career.
That's not free speech.
No.
Oh, the guy doing the yard is out in front right now, so now that's what we're going to hear. Can you hear that? Can you hear?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I can't hear it.
Well, I guess I forgot about like the social aspect of like, can't go to a bar or something.
Yeah.
Makes sense for the high schoolers now. That does make sense for like a high school hangout. It's a place to be.
Yeah,
it's cheap to hang out. You buy a thing, you can sit there. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you're not isolating yourself. Yeah, I get it. It's Denny's. I went to Denny's and hung out in a Denny's all night.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, sometimes. So yeah, it's fine.
And they were working on servers' wages too. So like you weren't tipping 20% in high school.
No, we actually had the waitress was like the night waitress was like friendly to us because she would just be like, because they were still doing handwritten tickets then.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'll lose any ticket for $10. Just eat whatever you want. And we were like sick. Like, way to go, Shirley.
Yeah, that's a hustle. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what do we got? One more banging around here.
One last one. Here we go.
Hey, Shane, Kyle, Charlene, calling about Starbucks. So I think some of the culture behind it is really kind of stupid, like the people who pay upwards of like $50 for some of the limited edition like Starbucks cups on eBay that people put up there. That's kind of ridiculous. Or having to take a picture with your Starbucks label. But I mean, the other people who are like, oh, black coffee is the only way to go. Just let people enjoy their fancy coffees, maybe they just haven't found like their drink at Starbucks yet. I used to be like that. I hated Starbucks. I didn't want to go there, never really wanted to try it. And they got the cold foam drinks, and I tried the salted caramel cold foam. And now I get it, 2 or 3 times a month, a nice little treat. I get the big one, it's a little bit of a complicated order, but I'm not like overdoing it. My label doesn't cover the whole cup, anything like that. Just in moderation, and don't be a jerk to your barista having like 8 million requests on there, and it makes their job much harder. They're trying to get to everyone else in line too. Kind of what I feel about Starbucks. I think the levels of customization that people can do need to get taken down a notch, out of respect for the people who are working there and trying to get your order out. And the people who just like bash on Starbucks just because it's Starbucks, get over it.
Okay.
All that is to say goodbye?
No.
That was it.
Oh man,
Man, you just sold me
that
on
was
some.
this episode. That was what we did, and then that's one voice.
You just sold me on this cold foam thing. That you're gonna get that kind of pep in your step. I haven't said that much this whole podcast.
What suburb of Minneapolis do you live in, lady? Because that was so Midwestern sounding.
She gets the big one. She gets the big one. That is a cold brew with cold foam.
Well, let's wrap it up. Put a button on it.
Put a cold foam on top of it.
Let's put a cold foam on top.
Yeah.
Let's whip it up.
I'd say there's options to support a small business out there if you want a cup of coffee, but they're probably not open at 9 p.m. When you need a cold brew.
I do like that. Here's what I'll say. I like that construction worker is getting a milkshake every day. Coffee shop. That was maybe my favorite thing I've ever heard on this podcast.
I want to know how he rolls up to the site. Like, does he finish it before he gets there, or he just walks through? Like, say something. Say something.
He just says, I brought my own container, and he just puts it in puts his hard hat on the desk, on the table, on the countertop.
Hey, boss, do you want your coffee? Say it by name. Call it what it's called. Sorry.
Hey, boss, do you want your Frappuccino milk latte chai based soy creamed Butternut squash preserve macchiato.
Does he order that when somebody's like, "Oh, I'm going to get coffee for the crew. What's everybody want?" Well, cracks his knuckles.
I'll text it to you. I'll text it to you.
Go ahead and get that carpenter's pencil and a scrap of 2x6 because this one's a mouthful.
You know what they say? You know the old carpenter's rule: measure twice, cut that caramel log once. Yeah, I think Starbucks is not a great company, though. In summation,
yeah.
What do you? I mean, I guess it's nice that they help with the 401k, the college, but
well, like the dude
I think
said,
like what a lot of people are,
they kind of hide behind these benefits. People, if paid well enough, could get all that stuff.
Yes,
if paid appropriately, people could get all that stuff. If we lived in a country that valued its citizens a little more, the healthcare would already be there. You know, just like other first world countries, maybe higher education should be, if not free, and affordable, and not, I don't know, 6 figures of debt that you'll acquire by the time you're 20 years old. So it's
but the nice thing is, if you get that, you can sit in a Starbucks.
Yeah,
all the memories.
Yeah, you can get your master's degree sitting in the Starbucks. Well, I wonder what the benefits are for the international employees.
What?
I wonder what the benefits are for international employees. But also, I think probably the minimum wage for the other places are better.
Yeah.
Like if you already have health care and free tuition, what are they giving you? Just money to buy things like clothes and electricity.
The thing you went there for in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
everyone. First of all, thank you all for calling and everybody for listening. You can always call in with suggestions or to comment on the subject for the week at 971-259-8302 or email kyleshanenaft@gmail.com. And you can follow us on the socials. Kyle is found at kylekinane.com across the internet.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And I am Shane Torres. What? I need a coffee. Anyways, ShaneIsComedian.com. Thank you to everybody who came out in Florida this week. Some people, a lot of listeners from the podcast came out, and some people drove really long ways. So I sincerely appreciate all of that. And we got a new special coming out soon. So please keep an eye out for it. All right.
Bye.
Goodbye for me.